A massive thank you to Leon, the pig farmer. He'll be back with us on the next edition. And as he mentioned before, he has got a brand new book out called Don't Believe the Hype. And the photographer responsible for all the pictures for that is Hells Millington. And she's going to be joining us on this show tonight shortly. As well as that, we have got live music a little bit later on from the Battery Farm. But now, some guests who weren't advertised. A little bit of a treat for you on Mancunia TV. They are the people responsible for MVita. MVita. Manchester vibes in the area. It's Alfonso, Buller and Himmit. How are you, lads?
Nice one, yeah.
Good
great.
to see you. How you doing, all right?
Yeah, we're good, thanks.
Special guests on the show. What do you think of Mancunia TV and all that, then?
Well, first off, I'd like to thank Anton, Nicky, and yourself for,
thank you.
for inviting us to. It's a start of us telling the story and the history, untold history, of MVita, which is Manchester Vibes in the Area, established in 1988.
Do you know what? We always think, like, when we turn up, we look cool lads, and now, like, looking at you lads, we just look like scallies from around here, don't we, really? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we're like dinosaurs now, because where's John Roberts? He's having a fag somewhere. Earlier on, he said something about the punk rock scenes, because we go way back. And there used to be a gay transvestite geezer called Foo-Foos, and he did the ranch, and we was part of all that. The punk rock scene I'm talking about now.
Do you know what? Do you know what, right? You've joined us tonight as special guest. We'll buzz in to have you here. MVita, Manchester Vibes in the Area, 1988. Alfonso, where did it come from?
Well, we are from an area of Moss Side, but me, Chonka Medlock, moved to West Didsbury. So there's a big pub in West Didsbury. You know it now as the Metropole. It used to be called the Midland. And we went from selling dope in our local pub to him that's been in the music scene for years, well before me. So we decided to put together a house scene that became house and garage years later with the rave scene in the Midland pub. And him is the percussionist, I'm the MC, and we have DJs. So it started in the Midland in West Didsbury in 1988.
Where did he come up with MVita? Obviously, he could have come up with any saying. Why that particular one that still lasts to this very day?
Well, it's interesting because a lot of people don't put the two together and haven't done for years. We came up with the name Manchester Vibes in the Area because my brother Seth introduced me to the Stone Roses and the Happy Mondays. And then when I met Bez, it was like, fuck me, there's someone like a white version of me. I actually thought. So when I was at these parties and gigs, I'd be screaming Manchester Vibes in the Area. There used to be a shop in West Didsbury called Logo Print. I took the Manchester Vibes in the Area and said to this geezer in his printers, I said, I want to do something with his name. And he just put the words together. He come up with MVita. And I thought, he said, what about that? I said, what's that? He said, that's Manchester Vibes in the Area. I went, that's perfect. So then we, percussionist, MC, and the rest is history.
When he came up with that, when he came up with that, and did you expect that 30-odd, 40 years on, 35 years on, it'd still be...
36,
oh, let's not mess about with the mathematics here. 30-odd years, right? Did you expect that 30-odd years on later, it'd still be such a significant and used saying in Manchester?
Did we what?
Well, they're too busy thinking about mathematics here. Did you think that 30-odd years on later...
That we'd still be together?
It'd still be such a used saying in Greater Manchester.
Well, that's something that you can't predict. All I know is that when we got together and we had an energy together, we were together since we were 12 years of age in a nightclub in Manchester called the Reno. And then when we met, we used to have a bass player friend of ours who was playing with Sister Sledge and loads of world-famous people and stuff. And we had this energy and
this vibe. So basically, when Bob Marley done Rastaman Vibration, it's kind of like stealing it. But I must say, Tony Wilson gave us one of our most famous gigs at Granada TV.
Yeah, Granada TV. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're in Granada TV, right? And we're sound checking and everything. And then Anthony, do you want the full story?
No, just break it down. So we basically, to see this geezer here, who gave us one of our first breaks, because we was actually, back in the day, roadieing for the Buzzcocks. And I'm talking about, this is when the racing come out, because as I was coming here, him had said, fucking, can you believe Nicky Lockett's been with us? As long as he's been a fucking, excuse my language, sorry. As long as he's been a DJ, Nicky Lockett, he said, coming here, can you believe Nicky Lockett's been performing with us as a DJ for 36 years.
Knowing him like I do, I can't believe he's still alive.
Not only...
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, there's not only that, Nicky Lockett's mum brought Nicky to my house when he was a young kid, and I taught him how to play some drums and stuff like that. And,
It's true.
Tunes, come here. Right, if you're watching at home, MC Tunes, Nicky Lockett is our studio DJ.
Yeah, Nicky's beautiful. Nicky's beautiful mother.
Yo, let me tell you the truth, right? So when I was about 7 years old...
I think this is one of the best
About 7
pictures I've ever seen in my life.
So listen. So when I was about 7 years old, my mum said, do you want to learn to play the drums? So I said, yeah, fuck it, why not? Well, I did swear, but you get the drift. And so I already knew Fonzo from fucking just being around the family and shit. And Emmett came round and sold me mum this drum kit of yours, right? Yeah. Right, it was a big... Yeah. And my mum painted over it with a Bob Marley. Yeah. And he taught me how to play the drums when I was about 7. Yeah. And Fonzo went to school with me, mum.
And did he teach you how to rap?
No.
No.
That's his skill.
No.
Right.
That's my skill.
You know what? I love this vision what I've got in front of me here now. It's
Cough, Dave.
Beautiful, isn't it?
What was that?
Can I just sit and take it in?
No, seriously, family, love you. I shouldn't get involved in your interview.
No, I'd just like to say...
MC Tunes, everybody!
MC Tunes, yeah, man. Yay!
The roots run deep.
Yeah, it's deep. So I was just like kind of expressing a bit of the stories of how back and how far we really, really go back.
Right, so let's move forward. MVita, 30-odd years on, right? MVita, 2022. I do believe there is a bit of a project in the making, am I right in thinking?
There is, yeah. We're not only telling our story, we're doing
a music film documentary and an album and a book. There's 3 things on the
And is that about the history of yous and growing up
Yes.
like the
No,
MVita thing?
it's not really the history of us growing up. It's more or less about the rave scene. So a lot of people, New Order and Happy Mondays came from Detroit and this, that and the other. A lot of people seem to think that New Order brought the house scene to Manchester. But like Emmett said earlier on, there was a famous club in Mossad called the Reno, and if you don't know anything about the Reno, you go to YouTube and you put into YouTube excavating the Reno, and people do interviews. So the Reno had a big influence on the soul and funk music of Manchester, and that's when house music was created.
This sounds like really exciting, and it sounds like a story that needs to be told. When can people expect this film and stuff to come out?
2023.
Next year?
Yeah, we're working on it now.
Brilliant. If people want more information about it, where they can find out more stuff about it, where do they go?
Nowhere at the minute, because we're not that, but it's all right, because we're going to do stuff
Grassroots at its very best.
Well, that's right, and we're going to do stuff here with the management of you and Anton, and so we're not only giving you the opportunity to start telling our story. Once we've got the fingertips in London and Liverpool, and where their house... What people don't seem to understand is house music was born in fucking Manchester. That's it. It's that simple. And we are the underground royalty, rave royalty of Manchester. And I must drop in there about Joe Strummer taking on a load of Manx and being part of Strummerville at Glastonbury, because we was going there 10 years before we hooked up with Joe Strummer. So this geezer here is not only the first percussionist with a house outfit. They didn't know anything about an MC, and when he talked about a beefer and all that bullshit. It's right. We were the first. I went to a B4 and did a weekend festival with Nathan McGough, who was at that time Happy Monday's manager. So when he's come along as the percussionist, years later, Ian Brown has got what in his band? What has Ian Brown got and what's his name?
Goldfinger.
There you go.
Inda.
So we were a pretty big influence in this town. A lot of people copied of some of the things that we were coming off with.
Plagiarism.
Between you two and Tunes over there, you sound like proper originators.
That's what it's all about. This is why...
Original.
When we tell our story, big fella, when we tell our story, people will get up and take note because we'll be saying things that's never been said before, and we're talking about the grassroots.
Right, do you know what? I hope I don't get a bollocking for suggesting this, but what I think we need when that film is ready is a special Mancunia TV. Can we do that, Georgina?
Of course we can. We want to do.
A special Mancunia TV. I think it's going to be a hit all over the world with YouTube.
Definitely.
MC Tunes telling the story. Keep in touch. Let us know when the film's out. Alfonso, Bullet and Him It. Let's hear it.
Manchester vibes in the area.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.